Pixels and yaps, pixels and yaps. We like pixels and computer games. Pixels and yaps, pixels and yaps. We're yapping about pixels and computer games. Pixels and yaps.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into episode 9 of Pixel Yaps, featuring myself, Cesire, and my co-host.
Loonaromi, hello.
It
How you doing?
has been a week. Well, 2 weeks.
Has it?
Yeah. For those that aren't in
Yeah.
the know, I lost internet over the weekend, like, completely.
Yeah, we weren't actually sure if we were able to do this today.
No, I thought I
I
was
was
gonna
like,
have
are
to.
we?
Yeah.
It's gonna be our first canceled, our first postponed.
I'm glad we didn't though, because I like
Yeah.
the cadence that we're on. But yeah, so I lost internet, and so it's kind of been, I got it back like Monday afternoon, mid afternoon,
Mhm.
and it's kind of been kind
And
of a
she
mad
screamed
scramble.
straight away.
Yeah. Well, my community was rioting. There were
Yeah.
pitchforks, all right?
I was excited. I was like, oh my god, she's live!
Yeah, so it was kind of in like a mad scramble to get everything ready. So apologies to everybody if the quality of the podcast isn't up to your standards.
To be fair, Cess is like basically the researcher of the podcast. She's like the one where I this and this and this is happening. I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm just the editor. I'm just here for the yaps and the editing. She does the prep.
I'm what the kids call terminally online.
I have a kid, so I'm no longer terminally online.
But we still have a good chunk of things to talk about today, while things have slowed down for the end of September going into October. Obviously, we've got Spooky Month coming up, which is a big month for me, not so much for Luna.
Yeah.
She likes the cuter.
I've already been getting emails. Do you want to play this spooky game? I'm like, no. We got this brand new scary game coming. I'm no.
Know your audience. But I guess to start out, let's try and start where we tend to start with, which is what we've been playing recently in the past 2 weeks since we last saw y'all. It has been a little bit light. We've been busy. But what have you been up to, Luna?
I'm gonna be really boring. Are you ready for my super boringness?
Yeah.
GTA 5 and Palia.
And a little bit of Guild Wars too.
Yeah, a little bit of Guild Wars too. This is true. Yeah, no, I'm part of the Palia Partner Program. So we were challenged with the new home lines that just came out. We were challenged to basically make. I'm sorry that this pleases you so much, sis. Jeez, I'm so sorry.
It's my character. She gets excited when I look away.
She was glaring at me, you guys. For those listeners, yeah, she was full on glaring at me just now. I'm sorry, Palia angers you so much. Jeez. But yeah, no, I'm part of the Paleo Partner Program, and as such, occasionally we get like cute little outfits and such gifted from Singularity 6. And occasionally they'll also be like, hey, if you do XYZ challenge, we'll additionally also give you this. And so that is the case currently. There's a new outfit and some new tool skins that we're able to get as part of the partner program if we do certain things. And one of those things being is playing around with home lines and making basically our new base home. And that's what I've been working in really, really hard. Because you know me, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So when I lock in hard. Um And I've basically been living and breathing Palia from the moment I get up to the moment I go to sleep, just trying to maximize on my ranting to see everything that has to give. I finally got my pink bee with hearts, so yay! Yeah, I made a huge dent in my home today, and yeah, that's what I've basically been doing
What
for the
about your
most part.
trufflet?
We don't talk about the trufflets. We don't we don't talk about the trufflets.
For those not in the know, poor Luna has spent untold amounts of gold on,
I think I spent upwards 100K on
yeah,
trufflets.
trying to get pink
Easy.
trufflet. And she does get pink trufflets, but they end up dirty, which she doesn't
One. I've
vibe
gotten
with.
one. I've gotten one.
Oh, I
And it
thought you
had
got
so many
two.
traits. It had no, it was one. It had so many freaking traits, and I was like I had, like, one of those random trait cookies that takes one trait away, right? And I was like, surely, it's not gonna take away the pink trait, right?"
No.
It took away the pink trait. So then I had a dirty trufflet, just dirty with a bunch of other traits, but no pink. The game hates me. The game absolutely despises me.
Oh, that is brutal. I mean, I haven't
And
even
yeah.
got to bees yet, if it makes you feel better.
Oh my god, they're so cute.
Yeah, I couldn't play
So
on the weekends.
they have this heraldry, system now, which you can get from the premium store. Basically,
What?
what it means is you can have one of your farm pets, out as a pet. Like,
Oh,
you know, the pets that you can buy on the premium store, you can
okay.
have them out and follow you.
Yeah.
So, there's one separate heraldry for each of them. So you do have to buy per species. So one for like the Pecky, one for the Trufflet, one for the Ormu, and one for the
Uh-huh.
Bumbles.
Yeah.
It does get quite costly, not gonna lie, and it's gonna get even more costly after this patch. It's gonna go up double.
You know, I
Um,
do have some thoughts on that when
mm,
you're done.
yeah, I have I have thoughts too.
Well,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, and so what's kind of cool about that though is that once you have like let's say the Bumble heraldry, right? You can um you know, play around with the genes and with the traits and stuff like that to get your perfect little Bumble. So if you want like a sparkly, spotted, ultraviolet bumblebee, you can get that. And then if you have the right cookie, you can even make it like perma baby stage, and then you can have that out as your pet following you around, which is really cool because you get that permanently, right? So you can change your pet however many times you want. You just have to in your menu in the collections tab select a different one then. Um so I I would like to say the heraldry is worth it, but it's really expensive. It is
Yeah.
really, really
However,
expensive to get the heraldry for all of them afterwards, like after the special is
yeah.
over, it's gonna be $100.
Yeah, I mean, you say that though, but I had the same exact thoughts. Like, I was just like, that's way too expensive. I had the same exact thoughts. But then
Yeah.
what I did was I went into the shop and looked at how much it costs for each individual pet. And so when you factor in the fact that you're basically getting however many variations of Pecky exist in ranching,
Mhm.
it makes
Mhm.
it a little bit like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So it's really not as bad. I mean, it's still pricey. Don't get me wrong. Like
I would
it's still hard to
definitely
stomach, but you're getting every version of that
yeah.
pet and you're probably never going to buy like if they put more Peckies, like there's Peckies in the store right now, right? You're probably never
Mhm.
going to buy any other version again.
Mm-mm.
So I get where they were coming from with that. I think it would be more stomachable if they kept the bundle, like the bundle pricing.
Yeah.
Um, just
Yeah.
because that makes it really easy to buy all three. But I think for each
Mhm.
individual one, in my opinion, the price isn't really bad when you factor in how much they're charging for the mini pets.
That's
Now, you could say that maybe they're charging too much for all of that, but that's a different conversation.
it's $100 is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a steep price.
But how
It
much do
does
you pay for
like
ESO houses?
exactly, that's just the thing. I mean, like, it's the game for the premium stores in most games. Like, if a game has a premium store, they're gonna be steep, right? Because essentially these are cosmetics. They're nothing that is, um, game enhancing, so to say. Like, they're not
Yeah.
gonna
You're not going to get ahead by having your
yeah.
truffle pet. So and again, Palia being a free to play game also has this is their revenue source. So it
Yeah.
definitely it's hard to stomach, but I I can see where they got the pricing from.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
And
Yeah,
when I think of the ranching and how it's going to keep evolving over time, I imagine you'll probably even get more variations of the
I'd
animals
imagine
over
so.
time.
Mhm,
So it really comes down to your own personal value judgment.
mhm,
Like, are you a person that buys a lot of pets? This could end up saving you money over time.
mhm, mhm.
Uh,
I'm really trying to get the one for the Bumble because I really like the Bumblebee. As Palea partner, we did get the Pecky heraldry,
oh, nice.
which is really nice of them. They gave us honestly, like they super treated the Palea partners with this update, like holy moly. Um, but yeah, I am thinking about getting the Bumble one because I really want my pink opalescent heart Bumblebee to follow me around. It's just too cute.
They are very
um,
cute.
but yeah, apart from Palea, I've been playing a little bit of Guild Wars too. Your girl's gonna be moving to Europe. In Guild Wars too. I already live in Europe, for those that don't know.
Did you finally decide?
Yeah, somebody from, a friendos community actually gave me the 200 gold that I need to swap over, so now I'm honestly just trying to squeeze in a Guild Wars 2 date with you and Lava and maybe Eldon and some other people, like, one last time on an A before I swap over, but then I'm swapping.
I mean, I
It's
have
done.
an EU
Decided.
account, so I can still play with you.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. Your main account is on NA. You know full well that you don't play your EU account
Well,
a
I
lot.
do when somebody on EU says, "Hey, I'm playing
Fair.
some EU Guild Wars too." I mean, I would play with Daryl if you ever actually wanted to play. So-
Fair, fair. But yeah, it's a bit interesting in Guild Wars 2 actually because you can you can have friends from the other server. You can be in a guild from the other server. You can be invited to the guild from the other server while being on the opposite server. And you can talk with these people in chat, like cross server
Yeah, I think
talk,
you can
like
even party
chat.
up.
You can party up, you just cannot see each
You'll
other.
never
It's
see each
so
other.
bizarre. It's so
It's like
bizarre.
the
We
one
tested it
degree of
out the other day.
separation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they share the economy too, so that's why they don't care about you switching things between the accounts because it's just like, well, it's all one shared economy anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone from EU actually gifted me the kitty backpack the other day.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, yeah. So I have the kitty backpack now. Mhm, mhm.
Well, I guess you'll
Very
have to do
happy.
the Halloween event with Nord.
Oh, no. Oh my goodness. But yeah, what have you been playing? I bet you've been playing a lot more than just GTA and, Palia.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been doing Palea. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
but we checked out a game. I think I mentioned it last time that I was gonna be playing it. So I checked out Folly of the Wizards,
Mm.
which is like a rogue, like just one of those cute little side scrolly games. It it is hard. It is so hard. I could only like for a bit I was reliably getting past the first world.
Mhm.
Um I don't think I maybe got past the second world once. But
Okay.
it's kind of a true rogue-like or roguelite, whichever term. It's more of the traditional one where you don't get to keep any like you're not upgrading any progress. You don't get to keep hearts or upgrade your weapons. Like the only
Okay.
thing you really seem to do is you unlock different spells that you can randomly get. So it's really hard, but it's so fun. It's just this cute little derpy
You played
wizard
this for a
game.
while as well, didn't you? I feel.
I played it for the full stream. I played it for a
Yeah.
6-hour stream, yeah.
That's how you
Um
know. That's how you know that a streamer is actually really, really enjoying the game is if they end up playing the game for like the whole entire stream.
well, and especially with how many times I died. I died so many times.
Oh my god.
At some point I like stopped making progress. I'm just like, I think I'm tired. But it was really fun. I can't wait to play some more of it. So, if any listeners are fans of the harder roguelikes, the more traditional, definitely check out Folly of the Wizards. I did receive a key for it. But I just
Nice,
found it
nice.
pretty charming. And also, it had an interesting system that not all, like a lot of these games don't have. I mean, more and more are, like Hades does. It has an affinity system. So each
Okay.
run, when you talk to the NPCs, you can choose like either, like a nice thing or something that's going to piss them off. And
Uh,
depending on your choices, it kind of can change how the run can go. I was nice to them because of the little character that I have unlocked at the beginning. She's like a little naive character. I felt like I needed a role play for her.
Fair.
But I think if you're mean to them, and I think if you get them to like hatred level with you, I'm pretty sure you fight them as a boss.
Oh my god. Sounds
Uh,
amazing.
so that's something we're gonna have to check out eventually. But yeah, it's very, very charming. Maybe those of you that try it out will have a you won't find it as hard as I found it, but I was struggling. But it wasn't the game's fault, it was my fault. There's
It
just a
almost
lot
kind of
going
looks
on.
like, art style wise, it almost kind of looks like a mix between Hollow Knight and Hades.
Yes, yes, and like even some of the creatures, like some of them kind of looked a little bit like Hollow Knight bugs, but they were
Mm.
different. I don't know. I I wasn't sure what to expect going into it because I hadn't really heard of it. I'd like received an email about it, and I was so glad at how charming and well made it is.
Hmm. Cute.
So yeah, check that
Glad
out
you
if
enjoyed
you're if
that.
you're into it. I'll be playing it
What game
again
is this again? Sorry.
eventually. Folly of the Wizards.
Folly of the
Yeah, and
Wizards.
there's some like weird storyline going on that's definitely got me intrigued, but I can't find enough of it because I can't beat the bosses. But that's one that I played. And then there's one that there's two that you and I can talk about together, actually. Uh,
Oh.
we played you tried On Together yesterday with me, and it made you a
I don't
little
know if I
bit
can say I
motion
tried
sick.
On Together. I was on there for like what, 5 minutes?
Hey, you still logged in.
I did.
You
I
made your
made a
cute little
character.
character.
Yeah.
This is a game for those who don't know. It's called On Together. This is just a demo that released. The demo released yesterday. And it's basically a productivity game. So if you're familiar with the Spirit City Lo-Fi sessions, that's the one that I'm most familiar with. It
Hmm.
it plays a lot like that, in my opinion. Like it's got the same, features with like the to-do list, the Pomodoro timer, the task, and the journal. Like it's got all of those. But it has the added benefit of you can run around and like you control your character, and there's these little mini games. Like you can play basketball, or you can drink these silly sodas and it makes silly things happen to you. I ate
So,
cotton candy that gave me a mustache.
my first impression, my first, I guess, tidbit feedback, criticism of it is, um, that I really like the fact that the whole purpose of this is it is a productivity kind of thing, but it's one that you can have with friends. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
if you wanna, kinda co-work together, on your own at home, do your own thing, but also not be completely on your own. This is great. This is, like, really charming, really perfect for that. You can choose, like, whichever setting, background setting, space suits you better or helps you focus more. Like, there's libraries, there's open spaces, I think there was a pool, there's, like, an
Yeah,
ocean
there's like
side
a
and
tree
stuff.
house. There's a bunch of stuff we can't get to yet that looks so cool.
Yeah, this is the demo,
Yeah.
so I am looking forward to kind of, like, where it is to see where it ends up going. I will say that I feel, for me personally, I think I would first have to plan in an hour to explore and get distracted
Well, yeah.
in in it before I can actually maybe sit down and work,
The
you
same
know?
thing happens with lo-fi though, or with Spirit City, because you want to decorate first.
I mean, yeah, when you first hop into it, but I just feel like in a setting where you can, with your character, run around and jump up things and stuff like that, is so it I feel like it lends so much more to being able to get distracted, especially when you can hop around with friends, right? Um, but I do like the fact that you can do it with your friends and stuff. The other two, like, things that I do wish there was, like, a little bit more customizability. I know this is just a demo, so we'll see where it goes, but from the get-go, I do wish there was, like, a little bit more customizability, straight off the bat, like, the same way that you have in Spirit City. Um, and for me, I don't know what it was, it made me feel really nauseated and queasy.
It's the idle camera and the way that the camera moves.
Yeah,
It
like,
needs some smoothing. It
I
needs
played,
a
like, what,
snap
5, 10
camera.
minutes of this, and I was happy that it was bedtime, that I had to log off because like, it was making me not feel great.
But like if you load up the game, they actually have a feedback button. So like this is the feedback that they need.
I have to do that
Yeah, so like
tomorrow.
submit that feedback. And you know, somebody in chat also mentions a bit more distracting for them too. And I think it really depends, you know, on your brain type and what you need to focus. I don't really have a problem with it, but I don't tend to have too much of a hard time focusing when I want to. So it works for me. But if you are a person who gets distracted easily, I can't see this being helpful if you have friends with you. Like unless there are some ground rules like don't bother me while my timer's on, or you know, don't even wander around my area.
Yeah, and you can see when another player's timer is on, so
Yeah.
you are able to, like,
But
respect that.
you can also make it smaller so it's not taking up so much of your focus. Like you can put it on the bottom of the screen, the side of the screen. You can make it so you only see your avatar.
Okay.
Which is pretty
That's
cool.
cool.
So
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting approach to the productivity game genre. And I liked how much it mirrored Spirit City in like you can unlock different little pets and it's got the functionality. So I'll be interested to see where it goes. And I do co-work with my friends usually on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And so I think for my little friend group, I was really excited about this.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one that we tried.
I tend to yap too much when I'm in a Discord with someone, so I can't do the whole co-working too well.
Well, and I wonder if a text chat, like using a game like this, would make that easier for you because you can kind of close it when you
Maybe, yeah.
don't want. Because I didn't even realize they were typing to me for a while because I had it closed, and they were like, she's not paying attention to us," and I was like, "Oh shit."
I called you a bully.
Which is good though, because you don't want it to be distracting. You don't want it. You don't want it to be vying for your attention. It's hidden in the corner. Like I thought that was clever.
It's cute though. I like the art style.
Yeah, I think it's a good demo. I think it's a good start. Like you said, I'm excited to see where it goes. And please, 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 if you have feedback, give it to them. That's what these are for. They give you the tools. Make it happen. And lastly, on our recently played games, Voyagers of Nira.
Yeah, that is true. We did play that. We did.
We tried that out on a Sunday collab with Lava Slug. And it was delightful.
It was great. I got into so much trouble.
You know what's funny about that is I was looking through the VOD today to try and get, you know, this stuff sorted up for the background. And I was like looking for the part where you were away from us. And I was like, it felt so long. Like it felt so long, but it was such a small amount of time that you were just running around screaming. So Luna went on an adventure.
When I start these kind of games, like Valheim, like Voyagers of Nera, like Enshrouded, I know you're supposed to like build up a base straight away so you have somewhere to sleep, somewhere to make food, somewhere to touch base, right? However, I like to just explore my world first. And so I just make a run for it.
And then everybody is left to clean up after her. She's like, I never have to worry about a base because she just runs off and somebody else in the group builds a base for her. And then she comes back, she's like, oh, great. I'm just going to drop stuff off and see ya. Gaming with Luna.
Yeah. Can't even deny it. It's not my intention. This is just how I would play the game, regardless of if somebody's there with me or not, you
It
know?
works, honestly. I don't think it was a
Um,
big deal.
so yeah, I ran off and I got into a bit of trouble and I may have been screaming left and right for a while. Um, and I may have died. I don't know how many times. I think like maybe like 3 or 4 times.
Something like that, yeah.
Um, yeah, it was fun though. I had a good time. Yeah. I don't know how much I did try building a little bit. Don't know how much I like the building in the game personally. I think I just really love the way that Valheim does the building, you know?
Yeah.
Um, that's like my bar. That's what I compare every other game of that sort to. And so I struggle, but it's the same thing in an Enshrouded. I don't like the building too much in Enshrouded either. Um, so yeah, but I love the exploration in Voyages of Nera, and I love the underwater world in Voyages of Nera.
Yeah, so it's just, it's a really charming survival craft. It's got an interesting story underneath it that you kind of learn through looking for lore in the world. So like you kind of can learn as much or as little as you want. I didn't mind the building. I can understand it's not as custom, obviously.
Mhm,
It's a lot like the Forest or Medieval Dynasty. Um,
mhm.
but in a way, sometimes that's freeing because I slap the structure down, people add ingredients to it, and I don't have to spend too much time, so I can go exploring.
Mhm.
So I
That's
don't
very
mind
fair.
it, and I we'll see when we get more stuff. Um, because it is an early access title, so
Mhm.
it's a work in progress.
And we have to say that we were gifted this. We did
Yeah,
not
yeah,
pay for this. This
we
was
were
gifted.
gifted a key. Um, but I don't know. I liked it a lot. I liked the. It felt a lot like Enshrouded to me, but with a lighter paint. Like
Mhm.
Enshrouded is so dark, and
Yeah, it's true.
everybody is dead, and like I mean everybody still seems to be dead here, but it's just you've got the ocean and exploration, and it's pretty.
Yeah,
And the tone is just more hopeful.
it is. It is. No, but the world is really pretty. I really love the world and the art style and stuff.
Yeah, and it's already got a
Very,
big
very
map.
pretty. Yeah.
Although they I don't know if you saw their little news update, but they were saying that they had planned to do another map, like another biome first.
Okay.
And then they were like, "But we got a lot of feedback." And they were like, "So we're going to push the biome and we're going to work on like this big old long list of stuff that you guys gave us."
I love that. I love that
Uh,
though.
so, yeah,
Yeah.
pretty good though. We'll play
Speaking
more.
of
I don't know when.
those types of games, hasn't Shroud had the water update yet?
No, that's
No.
sometime in October.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's coming up. I think my server is still up, so we might just play it a bit more.
All right.
I'm excited for that one though. Finally getting
I
water
might
and
have to check it out.
enshrouded.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah,
Um,
so, other than that, just the normal. I started Consume Me on Thursday, but I literally streamed for like 20 minutes and then my internet died and I didn't get it back till
oh
Monday.
man.
So I
I
can't
was
really
checking
speak
on
to that
Twitch on
yet.
Thursday. I was like, what the?
Yeah.
Where's Cess?
Yeah.
Why is she not here?
It was a whole thing, and I was so bummed because I was so excited to play Hades 2 on Friday. So excited. And then I had to push it out to Wednesday because I have Pixel Yaps and Palea, and I didn't have a long stream yesterday. It's been agony.
Yeah, I was thinking that's another reason why I thought that you might end up wanting to maybe postpone the stream, the podcast. Because I was like, maybe she just wants to really play Hades now.
No, delayed gratification. I'm good at it. champion.
Oh.
But yeah, so
Oh.
that's kind of what we've been up to. So
Mhm,
I
mhm.
guess we can move on to, I mean, the topic of I don't even know what to call it. They can't say topic of the week because we don't do weekly. It's
No,
topic
we
of the
don't. It's just
cast.
the topic. The topic that
Uh,
we have chosen to yap. The topic of the yap. The yappy I don't know, whatever. Um If any listeners have any good idea what we should call this part of the podcast, let us know. I frequently refer to it as hot topic.
oh yes,
Um,
yes, the hot take.
or hot take. Hot take is what I say a lot, but I don't think this is like hot take. It's just a hot
No,
topic right now. Yeah,
yeah.
fresh off the press, you could say. Um, we're talking about the whole EA stuff, right?
Yeah, the EA buyout to 3 private equity companies. Weird.
I honestly can't believe they actually went through with it. I heard of this like 2, 3 days ago. That was like something that was been in the talks. And I'm like, yeah, but there's no way. Like, I was just like straight off the bat, like I shrugged it off. I was like, ain't no way they're gonna do this. And then this morning, that's what I woke up to, and I was like, oh, yeesh.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's,
Yikes.
there's like a couple different things. I mean, for one, obviously, part of it is it's getting bought by the Saudi Arabians' sovereignty, so the royalty, which is like, what does that mean? Um, and then, 2 other companies that are just private equity firms. They're both American, but, one of them is the president's son-in-law. So it's just kind of like, I don't know. I don't.
Mhm, mhm.
Whereas Electronic Arts really hasn't been great at any
I mean, EA
measure.
has a rep. Let's face it.
Yeah.
EA Electronic Arts has a rep. It's not a great rep. They have a rep. But one of the things that people are really concerned about, and I feel like is very valid, is what this will mean for the LGBTQIA plus community because specifically Sims has always been very open, very forward thinking, you know,
Well, in Dragon
with
Age and
what
Mass Effect.
yeah, all of their games honestly. So with what they allow and stuff. So I don't know what this means for these games and for the future of these games, and yeah, it's a big move. It kind of feels a little bit out of the blue. Um yeah, I'm just going to be I'm not feeling very positive personally about it. Not going to
No,
lie.
no, and I mean,
Straight off the bat.
it's well, it's extra weird because EA has been the company that's been doing that. Like, they've been buying out all of the companies and, like,
Yeah.
shutting them down or keeping them going for better or for worse. And so it's really weird to have them, an entity that just buys out other entities, be bought out.
Mhm.
And it's
Mhm.
just
Well,
like, I don't know.
this is I think historically the biggest buyout yet. They were sold for $55 billion.
Yeah, largest ever
And
private equity buyout.
yeah, and apparently rumor has it, I don't know the facts of this, but apparently they have like a EA has had like a $20 billion debt.
Well, so what happened apparently? So I know what you're talking about, and from my understanding, it's like they're like taking out a loan to buy it, and then they're putting the loan in EA's name, which is so weird.
That's yeah,
And so, like,
strange.
yeah, so they're buying a company that's going to be saddled with a huge chunk of debt,
Yeah.
which is definitely going to trend. I mean, we were already getting layoffs, like that was already going to be a guarantee, but I can't
Mhm,
imagine
mhm,
it's going to get any better for them.
mm-mm.
And another company, another studio that they have that I worry for is Hazelight, the It Takes Two and Split Fiction folks.
Mm,
I mean, they make such fun games. I can't.
mhm.
And they're stuck there too. So you've got Sims,
Isn't
huge.
And BioWare, isn't that part of it
BioWare.
also?
Yep, BioWare. So that's
So,
why
like,
I mentioned Dragon Age and Mass
Mass
Effect, because
Effect,
they've always
Star
had
Wars.
a pretty huge, not only LGBTIQ influ or I don't know the word I'm looking for. It's in there. It's huge. It's a big part of it. But they also have a lot of political stuff wrapped up in the stories, which when you have a country like Saudi Arabia who does definitely tamp down on what you can and cannot say or do, it makes you wonder what these franchises are going to look like.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of talk right now online about completely boycotting them. Yeah,
And I mean,
it's
not
scary.
that we care about
Scary,
them,
scary
but they
for
also
like
have the sports games, Like
yeah,
those are huge. Those are huge. That's where they
FIFA
make
and
their
whatnot.
money.
Yep.
And so it's like, what are those gonna look like? I don't know. It's
Hmm.
gonna be interesting, but I don't think it's gonna go very well for anybody hoping to just continue making great games.
No, no. I feel for the devs that are involved in that, and I wish them all the best. Honestly, like, yeah. I don't think there's much we can say of like without going like super political because this
Well,
is
it's complex.
politics
Yeah,
being brought into gaming, right?
yeah, it's
And
very
like
complex.
it's very, very complex. There are definitely worries. I'm not personally not very happy about it. And I'm trying to remain hopeful and I'm wishing all the best to all the employees and the devs and everybody that's going to be affected by it on a very real, very personal level.
Well, and yeah, let's face it, time and time again, more money being put into gaming does not equate to a better gaming experience. Like,
No.
we've talked about it before, how the AAAs generally aren't really providing the same experience that the indies are because they can't, or because,
Yep.
they have these other responsibilities that make it so that they have to put, I guess, profits ahead of just making a good product. And so we're already going to see even more of that, and now also the influences of another country who has been buying into a bunch of video games
Mhm.
to try and like diversify their portfolio or whatever. So it'll be interesting. And it doesn't help, I don't think, that one of the other people vying for the company or that bought it is a company that's also trying to get the buy-in for the American TikTok.
Hmm.
So it's kind of like,
Mhm.
but I think one thing to pay attention to as this is going forward and as things are finalizing is, take notice of the folks that work in the studios that you care about.
Mhm.
And if, a lot of them might end up quitting, and see where they go and follow them and try to help support their next endeavors.
Yep. I know
Um,
personally I will be paying more attention to Pair Lives as well.
yeah, well, and Paralives is coming along nicely, but like it's hard. It's hard to do The Sims, like because it's so ingrained. It's 4 installments in. It's hard to make a new Sims. Like it's not
I
an
grew
easy
up with
task.
Sims. Like, I feel like Sims was probably, like, my first proper PC game that I played, like, the
Yeah.
first original Sims, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And I played the original Sims, I had all of the Sims 2 expansions, I had all of the Sims 3 expansions, I have all of the Sims 4 expansions. Like, I've played this game
Die
for a
Hard.
very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, yeah, that's why, like, I was very hesitant about Pair Lives for a long time because 'cause I'm like, I feel like Sims is gonna be a really hard thing to compete with.
And it is.
Because of how much
Yeah.
history it has.
Yeah.
You know, it's brought so many people into gaming. Um, so yeah, but I'm hoping for the best. I'm just here, cozy gamer, hoping for the best.
I mean, they share a lot of progress and
Mhm.
stuff. You know, make sure you're following them on their socials.
Yeah.
It's looking good, but you're just gonna have to wait, unfortunately.
Yeah, yep.
But,
But
you
that's the thing,
know,
good things take time, right?
yeah. So I feel like for Sims, it does suck, but at the end of the day, when we've talked about Sims in the past, it's kind of moving past itself, you know, like they haven't really innovated,
Yeah.
and so it's not the worst, you know, to be looking into these other alternatives.
Mhm.
I kind of worry for, again, like Hazelight and BioWare, um,
Mhm.
because
Man.
I don't know, making another Dragon Age franchise, you know, that's a big undertaking, and it gets harder and
Yeah.
harder every day with how much more expensive the industry is. And so, you know, a lot of people were joking, well, sort of joking, that we wouldn't see any more Dragon Age. But it
That's
might be true.
sounding
And
more
even
real
Mass
now,
Effect,
yeah.
like
Yeah.
they're working on it now. It's in development, but depending on how
Hubby was
heavy. Oh, go ahead.
the the hubby was even saying that, like, there's a Star Wars, MMO, right? Star Wars, The Old Republic.
Mm.
Um, that's owned by EA. So, like,
You might
that's
get
a really
lucky.
old MMO.
Disney might be able to pay the money to get that back.
Maybe. It's a really old MMO. They've already been talking about shutting it down for years and years
Oh
and
yeah,
years.
yeah. Good point.
So they might just shut it down. They might just pull the plug.
Probably
Um,
will, to be honest, because they're probably having to pay licensing for Star Wars.
yeah,
So yeah, yeah. So
a
I
lot of
mean,
uncertainties.
there's a lot of reasons to be unsure about it. Ultimately,
Mhm,
what it's going to come down to is how heavy-handed are the entities that bought it. Like
mhm.
how much say are they going to have, and we won't see the ripples of that for a while, unless
I
we
think it's gonna be
suddenly
like
see everybody
2028.
quit. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
like so it's hard to say. It definitely
Apparently
was wild.
apparently the transaction will be, completed in the first quarter of 2027.
Yeah, so we're not going to see
Um,
anything for a long time.
so I feel like it's gonna be probably mid-2027 to early 2028 until we're gonna really see the start of the effects of this. Um, but yeah, here's hoping. Honestly, that's all we can do, right? Hope, like, yeah. And a lot of times, you know, gamers say vote with your wallets. I feel like this is probably one of those cases.
Yeah, and it's just like no matter, you know, EA, Blizzard, all the big companies, they suck, but it's important to remember that they're made up of a lot of individuals who are probably decent people. So, you know, be careful when you're like, "Oh, finally. Oh, EA got what they deserved." Cuz you
Yeah.
know, there are some real people getting affected by this.
Mhm. Mhm. Absolutely.
But yeah, that's kind of all I had on that subject. Obviously, I'm not an expert in any way in any of this stuff,
Yeah, same.
but you know, it was
No,
it's
I
been
just saw
all
this. I'm like,
over.
we can't not talk about
No,
this.
well, it's huge. It's a huge thing because I mean EA, at least for most of you know people in our age group, like that's just
We
a
grew up with
staple.
EA.
EA, it's in the
Yeah.
game. Like you just you know, it's been interesting seeing their slow decline.
Mhm. Yeah, my first PC games were all EA.
Yeah, yeah.
Need for Speed, Sims. Yep, all
Well, yeah,
those.
Need for Speed was another one that people were like, "Oh man,
Mhm.
I was hoping to see that franchise revitalized," but hard to say anymore.
Yeah.
We'll see though, because like you know, we can doom and gloom all day, but they might want to stay pretty hands off. You know,
Maybe.
it's hard
Yeah, I
to
feel
say.
like that's the
I
hope,
doubt
right?
it though. You don't spend billions of dollars to not run things.
$55 billion. I'm just gonna toss
Uh,
$55 million. I'm not gonna do anything though.
no, no, no. I don't.
Uh,
I don't
but
hold out
yeah.
much hope.
However, since we are in the need of some other games, especially with this, buyout. Sess, do you have any upcoming games?
Yeah, we've got the upcoming games of the next 2 weeks. This list isn't as intense as the September ones have been. I don't know what it was about September. September was
Yo, it was
insane.
crazy.
So this one was, a little bit easier to pare down this time. I only had one that I left off.
I
Or maybe
didn't
two.
I didn't partake in this at all this time. Sess asked me, was like, I have no idea. I only know that on the 13th of October, I think, is when the Writhing Wall event in Elder Scrolls Online goes live. Which is gonna be exciting.
I
But
wonder
that's
if
all I
we
know
need to make like a upcoming events
for MMOs.
page for the games we play or something. We might have to talk about that later. That might not be a bad
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, this first one though that just released today, I feel like this is a game that you and I would both vibe with. Lego Party. I
I'd love
love
to play that
Lego
with you, yeah.
games.
Same.
This one is a 4-player game.
Up to 4 or requires 4?
It's kind of a party game, so I think you want at
Okay.
least 2 probably. But maybe you
Okay,
could just play
fair.
mini. It's like a Mario Party but Lego. That's what it is. Like you got the board game, you got the mini games, and it's all Lego themed. So, we've talked about Lunars. It seems like the party game genre, especially party board game genre, might be on the rise again.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, it looks very charming. Obviously it does come with the Lego price tag, so you may need to, it may be one to wait on a little bit, but
there's always
looks
sales
good.
happening. There's the autumn sale happening right now, so
Yes,
who knows?
yes, but I think it's one of those games that would benefit from a demo. Lego never does demos, but I think a demo for this would be nice, just because it's just like there's been a handful of these party games that have come out, and what it all really boils down to is how fun are the mini games, and it's hard to tell without a demo, without being able to touch it a little.
Yeah.
I mean, they look fun, but you can easily show off like 10 fun mini games and have 30 boring ones.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I've said before, I feel like most games it should be the norm to have a little demo. Especially with the rising prices of a lot of games.
yeah, it's just hard to be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get me and 3 of my friends to spend $35 on a game that might be fun.
Yeah.
I just need a little bit more of a guarantee.
Yeah,
but it
same.
does look fun. And if we do get a chance, if I do end up deciding to cover it or something, obviously we'll let you all know. Or if you guys decide, if anybody listening has played it or whatever, let us know what you thought, because
yeah,
it looks charming. Next is actually a game that I've talked about before. I played, I think, a Next Fest demo of it. It's called My Card is Better Than Your Card, and it was that cute little, it's that cute little like card battler game where you actually got to make your own cards with stickers. So you would get different stickers from activities, and you could add them to cards to enhance them or whatever, and build up your own custom deck. So that's actually hitting early access October 6th. And the devs reached out to me and gave me a key, so we'll be checking that out when it comes out.
Nice.
It's really, really cute. I think early access is a good idea for a game of this style.
Mhm.
Because then you can kind of build the cards with the community and get an
Mhm.
idea of what people want to see. Obviously, I did mention it did have a demo during Next Fest. It doesn't have one right now, but
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they had one when it releases. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Um, but yeah, that's my card is better than your card. October 6th. The art is adorable. The gameplay mechanics are fun, and it's got a lot of charm. So I'm excited for that one. And you might even find that one enjoyable, to be honest.
Honestly, I've been thinking about it ever since I saw you playing it. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
I
because I
can
think
see
I
myself
think you would have
playing
fun with the
this.
stickers, and
Yeah, it
you
looks
know
cute.
the gameplay loop is fast, so like you can just kind of do a round and then go do what you need to do or whatever. So,
Mhm.
or you can get really sucked into it. I think it was when I had to stop myself because I didn't hit the end of the demo and I was like, I gotta play another one. Speaking of, this next game was also a demo I played. Little
Little
Rocket
Rock.
Lab is hitting the shelves, the digital shelves, as it were, October 7th. This was that really cute factory game, where you have your little dog and you're like helping to build up a town by building up factories and conveyor belts and stuff. And it's so cute. And as I had mentioned before, my husband really likes Factorio, so I always laugh at like, oh yeah, this is like a cuter baby's first Factorio. Let me get used to it with cute pixely graphics. And it's got a story. You get to know the townsfolk. It's catnip for Cesire is what it is. And it has a
Catnip
demo.
processor.
If anybody wants to check it
Mm.
out, try it before you buy it. That's a Little Rocket Lab. I am definitely going to try it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it right at launch or not, but we'll see.
Yee.
Um, we also have Bye Sweet Carol coming out October 9th.
Looks
This
creepy.
one is probably too scary for you, Luna. I'm not sure.
Mm.
It's
I just see long fingers and I'm like, that's creepy.
yeah, it's like this really like the art style is Disney, like Disney, like
Mhm.
old school Disney art style, but it is a horror game. Like a dark fantasy narrative horror.
I already hate it.
Oh, it just looks so like the art is so pretty. The animation is just fabulous. Lava's desperately trying to get a copy of this. Yeah, I think I've applied in a couple places.
Oh my god.
Cuz it looks so good. It's just got all these cute little pals. Okay,
Mhm.
they're
Mhm.
creepy.
Cute. I was gonna
It's
say.
creepy,
Mhm.
but I love creepy, you know?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like I think it's a creepy that you wouldn't have to not be in stream for cuz you wouldn't be playing.
Okay. Okay. We'll see. I'll be the judge of that.
You will be the judge of that. We'll let you know. But the art is just so charming.
I just saw I saw the long fingers and I was like, yeah, no. To put it into perspective, I was creeped out by Nightmare Before Christmas when I was a kid. So
Well, to be
you
fair,
know.
that is an intentionally creepy cartoon. That's
But
the
like all my
point.
friends were like, "Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh my god, it's so much fun." I'm like, "No, it's not. It's scary."
I loved Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, my husband loves it.
All right, the last one on my upcoming list for now is a game called Dreams of Another. We saw this during one of the more recent showcases, and it is such a cool concept. It's like an action game, and you have a gun,
Mm,
but when you shoot things and destroy them, it creates new things. So like
okay.
you have to like shoot things to create things to get through the story. And so it's all like kind of like I don't know, voxel or pixel, like many little pixels are making up this entire game. So the artistic look of it is just gorgeous.
Sounds interesting.
I worry that for
Oh.
streamers it might really mess with their bit rate
Mm.
because there are so many particles.
Okay.
But unfortunately I wasn't able to get a review copy, so I won't be able to check it out until later TM.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it looks very charming, and I liked the idea of like the whole theme is no creation without destruction, and so it's kind of an interesting theme. Of
Mhm.
like you're destroying things, but you're creating things. I don't know. It looks very charming.
Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah. I honestly, I've been so I'm taking technically a break this week. So I'm super out of the loop of what's happening. I decided to just kind of close my eyes and plug my ears and be like, yeah, I don't know what's happening. Um. But no, these games, I'm really excited for my card is better than your card. It sounds like it looks like such a fun little game. Uh, sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
So yeah, but I did want to quickly touch also, not just on upcoming games, but also games that are out already and currently have a sale going on. Because if you don't know, it is currently Steam's autumn summer sale. Oh my god. Autumn sale. Steam's autumn sale is going on right now, and they've got some pretty good games on pretty decent sales. They've got Hades is actually for sale. It's a whole 75% off.
Such a good
So
game, 100% worth it.
yeah, I felt like I needed to mention that because Cess loves it so much. I was like, this
It's
game is
so good.
75% off right now. I haven't tried it yet, but honestly, with that price tag, I'm tempted to just buy it because it's not even $10 right now. It's so cheap. Um, yeah, and like Lava Slug just said on Twitch chat, Guild Wars 2 has a couple of sales going on as well. For their expansions. Repo is another game that's currently got a sale. It's 30% off at the moment. We've got Slime Rancher 2, which I know a lot of people have been playing a lot recently. I don't know why. Has it recently come out or something? No idea, but a lot of people are playing it. That's 35% off right now. Date Everything, which we've covered on the podcast before, is 20% off at the moment. Um, and then there's also Detroit Become Human, which is 70% off, and a bunch of games. Like
Also a
every
fabulous
almost
game.
yeah, almost V Rising is 50% off right now. Jedi Survivors is 80% off right now. A bunch of really good titles have incredible sales going on right now. On Steam's autumn sale, which will be lasting up until October 6th.
Yeah, I was actually annoyed that the autumn sale started because so I use a humble bundle. I like just buy
Oh yeah.
bundles to do my giveaways, my like weekly
Mhm.
giveaways. And so
Yeah, me same.
whenever the Steam sale happens, I'm like every game that I have to give away is on like deep discount and I don't even want to bother right now.
That's
They'll
fair.
just buy
I
it.
mean
They'll just
I
buy
mean, you
it.
could still do a giveaway for it, and then, like, the people who don't win, you could be like, "Well, but look, it's on sale right
It's
now."
true. It's true. It was
You
just
know?
like a silly. It was just a silly thought I had. It's just like,
Advertisement for the games. But yeah, I'm honestly really thinking about some of these games. Really tempted. That's a huge sale.
yeah, like everything's on sale. I gotta go through my wish
Yeah.
list and pick a few, like I do every
Yeah.
Steam
I'm looking
sale.
at mine right now. I'm like, "Huh. Huh."
Me and my 490 being wish listed games.
Yeah, mine's not quite
Well, you mean
that big.
it's kind of funny because the way that I do the upcoming releases is I go to my wish list, sort by date released, and like, all right, this one's coming up, this one's coming up, this
Oh.
one's coming up.
Oh,
All the
okay, I
devs keep
see, I
telling me to
see.
wish list their games, and who am I to say no?
Fair, fair. I clean it out every now and then. I go through
I
it
do
every now and
too.
then, and I clean it
There's
out.
just a lot of games I want to play.
I haven't cleaned out in a while though. I just see I need to clean out again soon. Um, but yeah, is that it? Is
Well, I
that
was
everything?
gonna talk about the 6-1 indie showcase, but honestly, I think I'll leave that for next time, so I can watch it again because I was
Okay,
distracted. And
okay,
then you know maybe you can get a chance to watch it too. Um,
yeah, yeah.
but there was a bunch of games in there that we've already talked about, and some cool new ones coming up. So we'll talk about that on the next podcast unless
Oh,
something crazy
wasn't there
happens.
also another one they wanted to check out, the Convergence showcase?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to check that one out yet. But then there's also like
Okay.
literally today, and this one has no interest for you, but all the interest for me. Literally today, the horror game showcase
There's a horror
dropped.
game showcase?
Yeah, yeah. They've been
Hate it here.
advertising it forever. And I've
I
been
hate it
waiting
here.
patiently, and it happened right when I started stream, as is tradition.
Alright, fair, fair. But yeah, I think that's a yap, isn't it?
That's a yap.
That's a yap.
For those that aren't familiar, we do this I guess every other week, every 2 weeks, on
Maybe second week.
Tuesdays. Uh, we do it live here on my channel, twitch.tv/itsatree, and then Luna uploads it to her YouTube, which might be where you're watching it. I don't know.
Yeah, I upload next day. So the next podcast will be, let me see. Today's the 30th. Next podcast on Twitch will be on October 14th. Um during which I guess we'll be talking about, upcoming Halloween stuff because I feel like the end of October or like mid to end of October a lot more releases will be happening.
Mm-hmm.
The Writing Wall event will also be in act by then.
Yep.
So we'll talk more about that then. But yeah, podcast is live on Cesire's channel, twitch.tv/it's a tree with 3 E's every second Tuesday, and then I upload next day, so every second Wednesday onto my YouTube. That's youtube.com/@Loonaromi. My name is Loonaromi. I go by Luna. You can find me on Twitch, Blue Sky, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and this is my co-host.
Hi, I'm Cesire. I stream live weekdays at twitch.tv/itsatree with 3 E's. And I also upload stuff to my YouTube, youtube.com/@itsacesare. And then I post on Blue Sky. I'm also Cesare there. That's about it. I don't have as much as Luna. Anyway, as always,
one more.
let us know, if there's anything you want us to talk about, specifically, like, in the YouTube comments or whatever, or heckle us in our Twitch chats. But yeah, that's another episode of Pixel Yaps, yapped up and ready to upload.
Ready for your listening ears. We also, by the way, talking about listening, we also upload to Spotify.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I feel like
about
we
that.
never mentioned that,
No,
but we
I
do
forgot.
upload to Spotify too.
Yeah. If you like listening to your podcast on Spotify, it's there too for the true audio podcast format.
Yep.
But
That's it.
thanks so much for listening, and take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Pixels and yaps. Pixels and yaps. We like pixels and computer games. Pixels and yaps. Pixels and yaps. We're yapping about pixels and computer games. Pixels and yaps.